How's it going, everyone? This is Gene here with EXOS, and you are here for this 15-minute daily refresh. I hope that you are up and about. Maybe you've gone away from that chair or out of that desk position, out of that seated position, and we are just going to go through some movements today, have you feeling refreshed and a little bit more energized after this session. So for today, towel and water if necessary. We will build up some of that volume and be doing some movement towards the end. I will recommend either a yoga mat or pad because we will start in that kneeling position. So it'll be a little tougher on the knees, and then we'll also be doing some quadruped stuff at the beginning. So without further ado, let's get that space that you have in your home. Let's get that mindset right, and let's move a little bit. So take that spot in your living room, wherever that is. Could be your office, probably not outside because it's raining right now. And I just want you to get into a quadruped position. So what does that mean? Knees below hips, hands below shoulders. And all we're going to do from here is just rock those hips back. Big lat stretch, and then I want you to drive your hips through the floor, push your chest up, and we're going to go 5. So back and forth, total of 10, 5 each. Rocking back and forth, getting a nice lat stretch, and then trying to open up that spine for some flexion extension. Back and forth 10 times. If you'd like to inhale, when your chest comes up, and exhale with that lat stretch, you can. Trying to connect that breath. Once you're done, we're going to stay down there. And all we're going to do here is get back to that quadruped position. And as I extend that left leg here, my right arm is going to go with it. Then I will just crunch down in and reach out for 5. So we're going to do that for 5 each side. Just a little bird dog here. One big tip here, try to keep your feet nice and close to the floor and don't extend way up with that leg. So I really just want to look for getting extended and create a little bit of stability through the trunk and the hips. 5 each side. And 5. Once you've done 5 there at the bird dog, okay, extending right arm, left leg, I want you to get into this tall kneeling position. Okay, so all I'm doing here is I'm standing up straight, curling my toes, and trying to really put a lot of pressure on the glutes, get up nice and tall, zip my torso up, and then from there, I'm going to show you my logo with my palms to the sky, and then reach out in front of me. 10 total here. Once you've done 10, okay, let's try to coil into that right or left hip, and then I just want you to drive towards that wall. So imagine you had a med ball in your hand, and you're just driving away to out of rotation. We're going to do 5 on each side. Once you load into one side, you'll notice that you want to uncoil, and just go ahead and do that, and try to put a ton of pressure through that back side. Really trying to extend and get to that tallest position. Reach down, extend out. 5 each side. Very nice. Once you've done 5, okay, now we're going to get into that tripod position. So just shove one of those legs out. And I want you to try to keep that foot full. And all we're going to do from here is get back to that start position that we were in before and just get a big lat stretch and then rock forward. Big lat stretch, you will feel this in the adductors, and then rock forward. Now, if I want to add a little bit more, try to reach with that same arm that's extended with your leg, and just trying to get to that opposite side while add a little bit more stretch. So 5 each side, really just trying to open up the adductors and the lats here at this beginning of our refresh. So tripod position, hands are down, drive those hips back, rock forward, 5 reps. We're going to stay with that 5 and 5 theme all day. So if you're just listening to my voice and moving, remember always 5 on each side or 10 total. Very nice. So now we will start to move up the chain here into that half kneeling position. And we're going to do 2 things here. Okay, so we're going to extend up with the hands. And then as I drive forward in that same position, I want to separate over that front knee. So drive up and then separate. Creating a nice little rhythm with my hips to give you another view here. And again, drive up, rotate. So that's 1 total. When you drive up and rotate, that counts as 1 rep. So 5 each side. Go ahead and switch it up. Drive real high with those hands. Try to drive through the roof, to the ceiling. And then separate. Drive up. Separate. Reach, reach, reach. Push those palms to the ceiling. And then rotate. Reach. Rotate. 5 each side. Once you are done with that, let's go ahead and move to a standing position. Standing position. Now I want you to soften those knees and lean to one side. We're going to touch with, imagine we have a clock around our foot. Okay, and I want you to touch 1 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 5 o'clock. A lot of pressure through the glutes. We're just trying to get a little bit of activation on that leg, through the glutes. When you're doing this, try to keep that posture in line, okay? And I want to just continue tapping 1, 3, and 5. I'll let you know when to switch. Okay, just stay here for 3, 2, and 1. Come on up, switch sides, okay? Last set here. Now, if I'm on the other side of the clock here, so it'd be 11, I think that's 9, and then 7. Okay, so just trying to get those angles with that big toe, really reaching and a ton of tension through that glute. We're going to hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come on up. All right, now we will get into a little bit more of a flow, some more movement. All we're going to do is drive up with the hands, shut the door with the hips, and reach nice and deep, coming up, and then back down. If you would like to, okay, you can do a big swan dive, down, and then clap the hands at the top. So swan dive down, clap the hands at the top. Just getting some movement out of that hip, trying to hinge, and then get tall. Continue to move. Okay, we're going to do this for 10 reps. Big swan dive, clap the hands at the top. Or you can just reach straight up, straight down. Up to you. Last one here for me. And stand up tall. Okay, from here, you're just going to twist and then try to push that wall away, trying to touch each side, back and forth. Okay, all we're doing is twisting. Notice how that back hip is rotating with it as well. So I'm just twisting side to side, creating a little bit of movement and flow, trying to get the shoulders and T-spine back where they belong, keeping me supported while I'm working, standing, whatever that may be. All right, shake it off. We're going to get into a little bit more movement. So we're going to go big reverse lunge. So big reverse lunge here. Stick that arm up, lean, come up for a knee hug. Okay, so big reverse lunge, lean, come up for a nice big knee hug, and then you can alternate each side. Now, like I said before, we're gonna do 5 each. Kind of gonna be the theme today. But just continue to fill that movement out. Reverse lunge, reach over that leg, and then a big knee hug. Big knee hug. Continue to move. As you can feel, you're probably already starting to loosen up quite a bit. We're going to do 5 on each side through this whole theme of movements. Okay? Big triangle position with my feet. All I'm going to do is sit in that chair, keep my feet where they are, and then drive straight out. So sit in that chair, drive out. Again, 10 total, 5 each side. Doesn't have to be this deep. You can just get a little crease in the hip. All we're trying to do is get those extremities moving, get some blood flow. Okay, that'll turn up that cognitive ability, give you a little energy boost or refresher throughout the day. So 5 each side, 10 total. Okay. Now we're going to get into a cook squat, which looks like that same hinge position that we started with. I'm going to reach for my big toe and drive those hips underneath me, creating this nice deep squat position. And then you can reach up overhead for an overhead squat, or just keep your hands down here. Okay? Up to you. All I want here is to work on getting deeper and deeper each time. Remember, 10 reps here. Working our way into a better squat each time. Remember, the first position is that hinge. Drive through that toe. Come up. I'm really just pulling those hips underneath me with that big toe, using that lever to get some depth. 10 total here. Okay, now we're going to get into some hand walks. Okay, so start in that tall position, nice and slow. All you're going to do is get to that high plank position and then walk your hands back. Now, if you want a little added bonus, once you walk out, walk back, try to get into that squat position again, and then come up. So, hands meet the ground, walk out, that big, tall plank position, and then back up. Let's try to complete 10 reps here. Very nice. And that is 10 for me. We're going to move on to the next movement. No big deal if you're not finished. Just go ahead and watch. Once you're done, all we're going to do, okay, with that triangle position is reach left hand and right foot down to the ground or down to my big toe, and then drive up to the ceiling. So it's a little bit of an X position here. Just trying to create a little bit of load through that hip. Trying to get some rotation and a little different movement than staying completely in that sagittal linear plane. Okay, so 5 each side. Reach for that toe, so right arm, left foot. Reach up, drive up to the ceiling. 5 each side. Now, you got a little late start. That's fine. We have about 2 more minutes. Okay? We're going to end with a little bit of core. So I want you to find a spot on that mat. We're just going to get into a nice, easy dead bug. We're going to get back to trunk neutral. How do I do that? Take a big inhale. Try to extend my spine. Then I take a big exhale and try to flatten or try to get that lumbar position nice and flat, trying to keep my low back down. Then from there, I lift my legs up to 90 and I kick my hands up straight up overhead. Okay, so they're directly over my face, palms facing, left hand goes back, right leg extends. So I'm just moving back and forth. If you know this one already, go ahead and get started. Again, 10 total reps. Okay, once you finish 10, we're gonna do throw a little twist on it, Russian twist, except I don't want those feet extended. I want those heels dug into the ground. And I'm gonna keep that extended position with the arms and just really try to control my trunk and lower half. And I rotate through these positions. So 10 total here. And you can tell you're really trying to brace that lower part of your abs. So 10 total, 5 each side. And the last one, we're just gonna do a really slow 10-second call here. So trying to keep my 10 theme, get into that pillar bridge, and try to pinch your toes and your elbows together. Really trying to reset that trunk position. And I'm gonna count down right now from 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Very nice. Beautiful. All right, so that is our daily refresh for today. I'm going to add one more movement, okay, some mobility. If you guys have time, please stay with me. If not, thank you so much for joining. I hope you guys feel better. Hope you got a little bit of energy out of that, some movement. Always good to take that 15-minute break, do some corrective, stand up, stretch. If I can help you, guide you through that, that's amazing. But let's make sure we're retaining all this, okay? So, last stretch of the day, all we're gonna do is some hip rocks, get into that row position, so with those knees up, and then all I'm gonna do is just rock my hips side to side with my hands down. Once I get to 10 reps side to side, I want you to try, take one hand off, okay, similar, we're riding a bull, okay, one hand off, and then switch hands, same thing, just trying to get that hip rocking position with one hand up, okay, and then the last one is we're going no hands, okay, so no hands, 10 reps side to side, just trying to really work on that external, internal rotation of the hips, and a little bit of core control. So 10 total there. Last little bit of the day as you guys continue to move, I have a challenge for you. Okay? My challenge is, okay, this has helped me a ton. You might already do it, but set a personalized schedule, not a work schedule, at the beginning of your day or the night before. And also at the end of your day, this is just some journal talk here. At the end of your day, write one thing that happened, okay, or one good thing that happened. It can only be positive. It could be negative too, but whatever happened that day that you can remember the day by, write that down at the end of your day. So beginning of the day, write a personalized calendar. At the end of the day, write what happened, the main theme of the day, whatever that is. I challenge you to try that for at least the next 5 days, or you could even take it even shorter the next 3 days. Give that a try. It's pretty good fun. Me and my wife have been doing it. It's helped us remember some of the days because I know they kind of blend together. So mahalo. I wish you guys all a good rest of your Monday, and I'll see you soon.